You know, I was talking to my neighbor Martha last week. Wonderful woman, just turned 72, and she told me something that really stuck with me. She said, "I used to love exercising, but now I'm scared I'll hurt myself." And honestly, she's not alone. So many of us over 70 want to stay active, but we've heard horror stories about seniors getting injured from the wrong kinds of exercise. Maybe you've even felt that fear yourself. Well, today I've got your back. Because staying strong and mobile after 70 isn't about pushing yourself to the limit, it's about moving smart. And that means avoiding a few common exercises that might do more harm than good. Stick with me, because by the end of this, you'll know exactly what to skip and what to do instead to keep your body safe, strong, and full of energy. Now, I'm not here to scare you away from movement. In fact, exercise is one of the best things you can do for your health as you age. But here's the truth. Not all exercises are created equal, especially after 70. Some of them put way too much strain on your joints, your heart, or your balance, and that's when injuries happen. So today we're going to talk about the top 3 exercises I never recommend for seniors, why they're risky, and most importantly, what you can do instead to stay fit without the danger. Let's jump right in. The first exercise to avoid? Deep squats. Now I know what you're thinking, but squats are great for leg strength. And yes, modified squats can be wonderful, but deep squats, where you bend your knees past 90 degrees, are a recipe for trouble after 70. Here's why. As we age, our knee cartilage naturally wears down, and the ligaments aren't as flexible as they used to be. Forcing a deep squat puts massive pressure on those knees, and if you lose your balance even slightly, you could tear something, or worse, fall and break a hip. And trust me, nobody wants that. So what's the safer alternative? Try chair squats. Stand in front of a sturdy chair, lower yourself slowly until you just touch the seat, no plopping down. Then stand back up. This keeps your knees safe while still building strength. And if you need extra support, hold on to the back of the chair. Easy, effective, and no risk of injury. Now, the second exercise to skip might surprise you. Sit-ups. Yep, those old school ab exercises you did in gym class. They're terrible for seniors. Here's the problem. Sit-ups strain your neck and your lower back, 2 areas that are already vulnerable as we age. Plus, they don't even work your core as well as people think. Instead, try standing core twists. Hold a light weight or a soup can with both hands. Keep your feet hip-width apart and gently rotate your torso side to side. Or if you'd rather sit, seated knee lifts are fantastic. Just lift one knee at a time while keeping your back straight. These moves protect your spine and strengthen your core without the risk. See? Better already. Now, before we move to the third risky exercise, let me ask you, have you ever tried either of these moves and felt a twinge of pain? Or maybe you've avoided them altogether because they just seem too intense? Drop me a comment below. I'd love to hear your experiences. And if you're finding this helpful, don't forget to hit that like button. It really helps others find this video too. Now let's talk about the biggest exercise danger of all. Sit-ups are off the table after 70. But there's one more exercise that might be the riskiest of all. And I'll bet you've seen people doing it at the gym or even in fitness videos for seniors. It's standing overhead presses with heavy weights. Now I know, lifting weights overhead seems like a great way to keep your arms strong, but here's the harsh truth. As we get older, our shoulders become more prone to injuries like rotator cuff tears, and our balance isn't what it used to be. So when you're hoisting dumbbells straight up over your head, you're not just straining those delicate shoulder joints, you're also risking a nasty fall if you lose your footing. And let's be honest, none of us want to end up in the ER just because we wanted to feel the burn, right? So what's the safer alternative? Seated shoulder presses, grab a pair of light weights, or even start with no weight at all, and sit in a sturdy chair with your back supported. Now lift your arms to shoulder height, palms facing forward, and press upward only until your arms are almost straight, no locking those elbows. Then lower slowly. This way, you're still working those arm muscles, but you're not risking your shoulders, your spine, or your balance. And if you want to make it even safer, swap the dumbbells for a resistance band anchored under your feet. Gentle, effective, and zero danger. That's what I call a win. Now, I can hear some of you thinking, but I've been doing these exercises for years without a problem. And hey, that's great. But here's the thing. Our bodies change fast after 70. What felt easy at 65 might suddenly strain you at 75. That's why it's so important to listen to your body and adapt before an injury happens. Because once you've hurt yourself, recovery takes way longer than it used to. And who wants to spend months in physical therapy when you could be out gardening, traveling, or playing with your grandkids? I'll never forget my friend Carl, fit as a fiddle at 68, still doing full push-ups and heavy lifting. Then one day at 72, he tore his rotator cuff reaching for a gallon of milk in the fridge. Just like that. And you know what he told me? I wish I'd known sooner that I didn't have to prove anything. So if you take one thing from this video, let it be this. Strength after 70 isn't about pushing limits. It's about staying active safely so you can keep doing the things you love. And that brings me to a bonus tip, something most people don't realize until it's too late. You know what my doctor told me last week that changed everything? He said, at your age, the goal isn't to get stronger, it's to stay mobile. And that right there is the golden ticket. Because here's the bonus tip I promised you. After 70, how you move matters more than how much you move. Let me explain why this makes all the difference. See, when we focus on mobility, gentle, controlled movements that maintain our range of motion, we actually prevent more injuries than any intense workout ever could. That's why today we're going to wrap up with 3 simple, safe movements that will keep you flexible, stable, and injury-free. These are what I call the Golden 70s Trio, and you can do them all right at home. First, the countertop march. Hold on to your kitchen counter, stand tall, and gently lift one knee at a time, like you're marching in place. This keeps your hips mobile without any risky bending or twisting. Do 10 per side whenever you're waiting for the tea kettle to boil. Second, the doorway stretch. Place your hands on either side of a doorway and lean forward slightly to open up your chest. Breathe deep for 30 seconds to undo that hunched over posture we all get from sitting. And third, my personal favorite, the sit to stand rock. From a chair, rock forward until your weight is over your feet, then stand up using your legs, not your arms. Reverse it slowly. This one movement maintains all the strength you need for daily life. Now let's quickly recap those 3 exercises to avoid after 70. Deep squats that wreck your knees, sit-ups that strain your back, and overhead presses that risk your shoulders. Instead, do chair squats, standing core twists, and seated shoulder presses. Add in our Golden 70s Trio, and you've got a complete, safe routine that will keep you moving comfortably for years to come. I want you to promise me something. The next time you see some fitness guru on TV telling seniors to do intense workouts, I want you to remember Martha and Carl and everyone like them who learned the hard way. Your body is precious. It's carried you through 7 decades of life's adventures. Honor it by moving with care and wisdom. Because the true measure of fitness after 70 isn't how much weight you can lift. It's how many more sunrises you get to enjoy, pain-free and full of joy. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What safe movements have you discovered that keep you feeling your best? Share your tips in the comments so we can all learn from each other. If this video helped you, please like and share it with a friend who might need to hear this message. And remember, every small, safe movement you make today is an investment in all the tomorrows still to come. Here's to your health, your strength, and your continued adventures. I'll see you in the next video.